Hey folks, please enjoy this clip from our show, which you can find every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern exclusively on Rumble. We've been doing the best shows we've ever done, completely free of censorship and on a platform that actually supports us. You can also support us on Locals, where you can access a ton of exclusive content, movie riffs, as well as an archive of over 1,000 full episodes going back as far as 7 years. We've also teamed up with Merch Engine to bring you a new lineup of really awesome quality shirts, hoodies, and now even hats. So come check out our untethered, uncensored show on Rumble every single weekday at 4 p.m. Eastern. You stupid idiots.
Guys, we have guests joining us. They both host the Evening Rants, a bunch of two idiots like us that go on air and talk about what they think. But, you know, we're
way more jacked idiots.
More jacked idiots than us.
Guys that talk as much shit as us but can back it up.
But exactly, which is scary. Mark Lobliner and Alan Roberts are joining us. Hi, guys.
What is going on?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Better than I deserve.
Yeah, honestly, it's true. Big fans of you guys, both of you guys on Twitter. You guys are awesome, and I did Evening Rants with Alan over here. It was a lot of fun. I know you were busy being a big shot with your friend Sheamus, which is fucking awesome, by the way.
That's very cool.
He's just my training partner, man. We just get together and lift weights and do stuff that big dudes do. It's fun. He's a great guy. You guys would love him.
Dude, I've seen some of your training stuff with him. Like, first off, you're a fucking beast, obviously. He's a fucking animal. Like, it's crazy.
I've always appreciated Sheamus because as an Irish person, there's not a lot of just ones with Giants blood in them that represent us well. So it's like, I've always been a Sheamus guy because I'm like, hell yeah, bro. We don't get a lot of you. Like, have a long and healthy career.
He's just a great guy, hard worker. You got to appreciate. He's in his mid-40s. Like, he's still doing this in his mid-40s.
I was laughing my ass off the way when people were calling him fat. And first off, we were like, shut up, that guy will kill you. So how dare you? But also, he handled it so funny when he was like, I know, I gained weight, I get it. And he just goes, I'll bust my ass, don't worry. And I was like,
he was like retweeting Photoshops of him with like donuts in his hand.
He's a funny dude, man. He really is.
He's already down over 10 pounds. He looks a lot better. We got it cleaned up. He's good to go.
But didn't he hurt his neck or
training together
something?
Saturday.
Didn't you tell me that? Didn't he hurt his neck or something? That's why he was resting.
Yeah.
Because then he really hurt himself.
So I mean, the amount of pain that guy went through, he tried stem cells. That didn't work. Oof. They ended up just killing a nerve in his neck so he could wrestle again. Like, you're looking at just a badass guy.
It's commitment.
Like, the nicest guy ever. Came to my kids' championship football game.
What a cool
close family friend. You don't make human beings like that anymore. Yeah, they just don't.
I was credibly informed by, I think, NPR that lifting weights makes you right wing. Did you know that? An alt-right person?
Oh, God, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm stupid.
I knew it. I knew Alan was. I did the show with Alan, so I already knew he was going to get. What do you think about that, Alan? It makes you alt-right, right?
You know, the weird thing about all that stupid shit is, like, almost all the people that Mark and I associate with are not white.
He's the only one. I'm the token Jew. He's the token cracker.
Oh, that's
what we do.
Well, this actually sounds like our show.
But you guys, I mean, you've seen it over the years now. Anybody can be a white supremacist alt-right member. You can be black, you can be Hispanic, you can be Asian. Like, they've literally written entire articles about just, remember, like, are Mexicans the new white supremacists? And then it's like, our fitness buffs, what's the tie-in between the alt-right and fitness? And you're like, I don't know, maybe people who work out, like, also maybe don't just read something and believe it right away.
Seriously.
It's weird because the people that don't want to be generalized by their common traits certainly do a lot of generalizing by common traits.
It is super fucking weird, right? I mean, it's crazy.
And how white supremacist is it? Like, am I like, Dorian Yates white supremacist, where like I'm like on like 2 grams of fucking gear and Mr. Olympia, or am I like me, like 100? I'm smaller than the average dude. Like, I'm 185 pounds. Like, the average guy is 200 pounds. I'm actually smaller. So somehow I run into this thing where I'm too big to possibly be natural. Therefore, I'm a white supremacist.
Of course.
But I'm also not big enough to actually, like,
I think the thing is they're trying to make it where you're easily controlled when you're weak.
Yeah.
And physical weakness lends itself to mental weakness. If you look at all these whack jobs on the campuses, they're weak as fuck. They're small as fuck. They're weak as fuck. Look at that. Who's that fucking the kid from the David Hogg?
David Hogg.
His fucking arms are this big. It's easy to control somebody like that. Like at the end of the day, if you have a strong body, chances are you're going to have a strong mind. Also, we know through years and years of human data that the more you exercise, the better shape you and the better your brain works. When you exercise, your brain actually builds new neurons. So they want you stupid. They want you weak. And that's what they're pushing us to do, because then the government can control us.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a David Hogg type, right? Where you have spaghetti arms, you're hunched over, you've never thrown a punch in your life. You're also not allowed to own a gun. Yeah. And then you just take the subway in New York. And it's like, wow, you're really just throwing it all to chance, aren't you?
You're raw you're raw dogging life, and it's like super weird to me. Like that anything that makes you strong or an individual is now racist or white supremacist or anything that makes you be a free thinker. You can't even be against the capital gains tax without being a Nazi now, which I think is super weird, right? Like that's a super weird thing to go. What does this have to do with anything?
It is pretty racist.
Wait, the capital gains tax thing, that's being against that is racist now?
Yeah, you have. Yes, of course. It's because of. Here's why. You ready? You're gonna love this.
I'm ready.
One. Because of institutional wealth. White people have institutional wealth. So the capital gains tax, if you're against it, you don't want to give that money back to minorities.
No, fuck everybody. I earned that fucking money. The minorities, the whites, everybody, they can fuck themselves. I'm keeping that money for me. I earned that shit. Why should I have to share it? Did they look, man? My family just fucking got here like a couple decades ago. We built up from nothing.
You got here too late.
We just yeah, fuck. I should have just and my mom, that dumb bitch, she came over here legally. She could have just crossed right over the southern border, got rid of all that fucking nuance of fucking paperwork and shit and money, and just become a citizen. Got an amnesty. You know who should be really fucking pissed off is the legal immigrants who spent $50,000 and took a fucking test.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's insane. Mark and I have a friend he was in Hollywood. His name's Matthew Marston. I don't know if you guys know.
I follow
the actor.
Him. Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah. He's a friend of ours, you know.
Handsome man.
His son has been trying to come over here legally from the UK for like 2 years already, and there's still a 4-year wait.
From the UK, by the way, and that's supposed to be, of course, as we considered it, easier because it used to be because it's more considered a friendlier country, so it should be easier to migrate over here.
Just fly him into Mexico City, get him a backpack and a water bottle.
That's what we tell him all the time.
he'll be here in 2 days.
That's what we tell him all the time. And he'll get like $2,200 a month.
Yeah,
too.
free phone.
Sheamus, sorry. I got to use his fake name or his real name, whatever. So he actually passed last Monday. He passed his citizenship test.
Oh shit! Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
It took that long?
Yeah, he's been here for like fucking 4 decades or something. He's been here a long ass time.
I think at this point, right? Like we can all decide, like he's contributing.
Yeah,
like exactly. He's not a guy that's
fucking action figure sales.
He didn't come over here and collect welfare.
I mean, yeah, the guy's contributing, owning property. I mean,
he's literally one of the most recognizable wrestlers on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like, I think any human being would go, oh, fuck, that's Sheamus. Like, you'd see him immediately.
Look, we should just give citizenships to people like that. Hey, we need you on our fucking team. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right? Here's your fucking green card. Go fucking wrestle somebody. Yeah. Instead, they're like, no, you got to get in line. Yet a fucking guy from Congo goes from the fucking border in fucking Tijuana, crosses over, and they're like, ha, here you go, motherfucker. Here's $10,000 and a blowjob.
And a phone, and did you
whoa.
And handmade sandwiches.
Yeah. They're adding blowjobs now?
Yeah, they added blowjobs. That was last week.
Yeah. It was called the Kamala Harris Initiative.
Hey, she finally went to the border, dude. She finally went to the border.
And boy, is her mouth tired.
Damn. What was that? Like she's being named, not instead of Kamala, she's Mamala?
Oh, God. Oh, my God, dude. We watched that. We watched that video yesterday.
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
Where
Drew
have I-
Barrymore. Drew Barrymore. It's the most uncomfortable show in the world to watch. Is Drew
It is
Barrymore.
so fucking cringy, weird. Did you like her? Drew Barrymore is like, she's got deep seated problems, and it's understandable. She grew up in Hollywood, but did you guys see the interview she had with that dude Dylan? Dylan Mulvaney.
We are obsessed with Drew Barrymore. We've watched all of it because we think she's and here we go. Since Ellen was too much of a cunt to be on TV, Drew Barrymore became the new CIA plant, the new daytime CIA plant, and that's why you see these people going on her show. Her getting on her knees and hugging Dylan Mulvaney was like, this is fucking gross. And
who else thought she was going to blow him?
I was one. I thought they were going to 69 right, and they might have. They have Teflon on that couch because of the people they have.
Do you think now Leah Thomas had a huge penis? Like how do you think Dylan's penis? Like, do you think it's a big penis, or do you think it's like a moderate penis?
I think it's a twink penis.
I think it's one of those tiny little Twinkie penises. And if you've seen the videos,
a cute little penis.
It's a little Asian one. And no offense to Asian guys with big hogs, but no offense to little Asian penises. But did you ever see the video of him when Dylan was still acting like a dude on The Price is Right? Like that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy's Dylan Mulvaney is another one of those psyops that Mersh and I talk about where we think it was he doesn't even think he's actually trans. This guy's just always wanted to be famous, and the government, now we know that the government was calling OnlyFans. You saw Biden was using OnlyFans people. They were paying OnlyFans people.
Well, why not? The Ukrainian government's the Ukrainian government's doing it.
Yeah.
Why not our government?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's because half of the population of Ukraine is OnlyFans models.
No, they're hot as shit though.
No, hey, look, listen. Let me tell you something. I agree.
Save them.
The Ukraine. Listen, if someone made the joke, like, if the women that were coming, if everyone coming across the border were all Ukrainian models, liberal white women would shut down that border within 1 second flat. They would shut it down, and all the fat purple-haired bitches would be holding arm in arm in Texas, going like, "We will not let them in."
Well, they said that that was just like the meme they reappropriated, because years ago it was the same meme when they said, if they were all just like hot fat ass Latinas,
yes,
and they were just letting them over the border only, white women would shut the border down tomorrow. Like,
if they're letting over Ukrainian OnlyFans models, I'm a fucking refugee camp.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm opening my house. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Let's go.
Imagine that you get a government grant and you get to fuck some OnlyFans chick.
No, it's true. Everyone's like, why does Mark have a Ukrainian flag outside of his house? It's super weird.
He's got it on his bio now.
People keep like talking about people selling out. Like, oh, well, these guys got paid to support this. I'm like, guys, I will sell out for the right price. Like, they could have come to me and been like, hey, you want to do this COVID vaccine commercial for 20 million? I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like Travis Kelce, I can't believe conservatives are so disingenuous, because every one of them, it's like $20 million to put a fucking blue Band-Aid on. I'd be like, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. This is called natural selection. Let's fucking go.
I'd be like, wait, I don't have to actually get it though, right?
Right now, then like,
okay, cool, man, that's fine. I'll do a commercial for Porsche and drive a BMW around. I don't care. As long as it's
put it to you this way. Travis Kelce, his body is worth hundreds of millions.
Of course.
What he does, he's the one top 3 tight end in NFL history. Do you really fucking think that he's going to take a risk with that vaccine?
No, of course not. None of the people at the top that did, none of them did. None of the people did, because of the very reason that you said. Especially if you're one of the megastars. I think a lot of those things where a lot of these celebrities too. I think a bunch of celebrities didn't take them. I think more celebrities should be dropping dead if it was the case, and they're not by the same rate as like normal people who actually took them.
I'm pretty certain you're, because I know a couple people who are professional athletes. One of them had to go overseas during the pandemic. Alan knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he went to a doctor and he's like, hey, I can't take this shit. He's like, cool, here's a little piece of paper. I'll throw away this vial right here and say you took it. You're good to go. It's just, it is what it is. So you go to all these guys have their personal doctors. There's no way that many, come on, you tell me the entire NBA except for fucking Kyrie took it.
Of course not.
Most of these guys have personal chefs because they need their fucking macros to be on. Like, athletes aren't like the Ocho Cincos back in the day who lived on McDonald's. Athletes these days, they all have. Mahomes has a fucking chef he travels with. Like, if your money is made by how that body performs, everything you put into it is meticulous. And they're not doing it. I'm just telling you, it didn't happen. It didn't happen, but they had to lie.
I would also wonder, like, because they all have insurance on their performance. You know, I'm sure he has bought like insurance on his legs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it's why wouldn't you? I have a hard time believing that it wouldn't affect his insurance. Like an unknown experimental therapy produced by historically corrupt companies from a historically corrupt industry with complete liability protection, produced in a fraction of the time it would normally take for a fucking cold. I have a hard time believing that his insurance company would be good for that.
So when you put it like that, I guess the vax is suspicious.
Okay, so that's the next thing I want to bring up. Is it as disconcerting for you as it is to us that it doesn't seem like Trump is going to ever hold them responsible, and he's still saying
himself,
still saying the vaccine is great. Like, I think at this point, it's gone on long enough where I don't know why he's still doing it.
I think he listens to I think he is probably the worst fucking person ever at picking people to support him. Like when I mean like support him, not like the MAGA people. I'm talking like his advisors. I think he picks the worst fucking advisors ever and believes them because I think he thinks he picks great fucking picks when clearly he doesn't.
So now you're going to shit talk Mike Pompeo and John Bolton and Lindsey Graham. Those are patriots. Those are great patriots.
Mark and I have talked a lot about this, and we took tons of heat from it because when everybody was like, okay, Trump 2024, we were like, okay, Trump 2024 because we got no other options. But however, let's fucking hold him accountable, right? And it's like the right has become so almost like the left. Like you can't even like say anything against Trump without them acting like it's like you're saying like they act like leftists when you say something against a trans person. Like sometimes
it's high treason.
But here's the deal. I've become who I despise because I want Trump to win so bad. I'm like, well, I don't remember him doing that. I'm like, well, wait a second. Operation Warp Speed, never heard of it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like, it is so vitally important. I mean, that Trump wins. To me, it is vitally important that we get this current regime out, get the Democrats out of power. Even though Trump is he's not even he's not perfect. He's not even ideal. He's not even good. But at this point,
that's good.
At this point, it's like, you know what? You're right. Trump did not initiate that. Trump did not start the lockdowns. Trump didn't say we should give more stimulus money. At this point, I don't care. Yeah. It's a choice theory thing. If you've ever read that book, it's like, okay, we had what happened in the past. All we can hope, we know Trump at his worst is still better than Biden at his best.
Yeah.
So we saw Trump in the worst possible case scenario. I look at it this way. No new wars. I don't think he would have tried to go hard on the mandate like Biden did. At least we have to assume that. And honestly, like, we have no other choice. Do you really think the libertarians are going to fucking do anything?
No, the libertarians are always tripping over their own dicks, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because ideally, listen, I think Mersh and I were both Ron Paul 2012 guys, and I mean, probably more libertarian than anything else.
Yeah.
But the libertarians are too busy fighting with other libertarians to ever really do anything.
They're too committed to losing everything all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Even
Gary Johnson.
Yeah, Gary, fuck. What's a lopo? But the thing is like, I just want the market to be better, and Trump will make the market better. Even if it's look, I think it's a sinking ship, but if you'll slow it down and let somebody build a retirement, be able to actually afford food again, at least people to live a life a little bit better for a little while. Yeah, look, Biden is fucking this. It's not even Biden. Obama, I think, is really in charge. Is sinking the country. Every time that we read a story or pull something up, we're like, how can it get worse? And every single day, we're like, oh, it just got worse.
It's like watching someone blatantly throw a fight. It's like you're throwing this fight, and I can see it, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, back to the thing about Trump, like you said, he's not great. But to me, when it comes to like leadership, I'm drunk. It's 3 a.m, and Trump is like, Checkers is open. That's basically it. Checkers is open. I'm drunk. It'll do. You know what I mean? The seasoned fries aren't so bad. I just need something.
Right, because at this point, what do you do?
As a Republican, who else is there? Like, you got your
Mitt
French
Romney.
people who I happen to like. But you have like, okay, like MTG, you thought Trump's not electable. She's not electable.
Of course not.
Can't.
Oh, she's an idiot.
Reason I love her. I'm a fan. I'm sorry. I personally, she reminds me of just like that hard-nosed like hockey mom that'll fucking punch your dad in the face. And she just says shit. I love it.
The problem is she's the kind of mom that would punch a hockey coach in the face and then find out later that she totally misunderstood the situation. And now you're sending a gift basket to the hockkie coach going, look, I'm sorry. She jumps the gun sometimes. I apologize.
No, is there anybody, look, here's the problem that and you know what we're noticing, and this isn't a Republican problem because the Democrats have the same problem. They don't have anybody in waiting that, let's say, God forbid the worst happens and Trump can't run or something happens to him, sickness, whatever. Who do you have? Who do the Republicans have? I don't know of anybody. I don't know of anybody that they're even grooming to be able to actually be a functioning, good, not sold out neocon president. Now, what do the Democrats have? The Democrats had Joe Biden. I mean, and that's it. And now they're trying with Newsom. And here's the thing with Newsom, and I think people don't want to hear this. Newsom will win a general election as for the president for the same reason Bill Clinton won, because, and this is not misogynistic, but it's true. Women like these kind of sleazeballs, and they tend to vote for them. The same reason same way they voted for Clinton. The same reason that he didn't lose a recall election when California is falling apart. Who do the Republicans have? Who do we have? I can't think of somebody.
No, I mean, except for the old guard.
Yeah.
There's really nobody. And then, I mean, then you look at, is it kind of evolving? Is there room for someone who's nuanced, who kind of, is Tulsi, someone like her, who's kind of attractive, unabrasive? I don't know where we're going, but the fact that there's like 350 million people and those are the fucking guys, like, this is worse than McCain. Like, this is like, what the hell?
Fine, I'll do it. Jesus.
All right, look, there we go.
We got you.
We've been trying to get you. Go run. Just go run out there you run.
I am like the most unelectable person on the internet, I think.
I don't know, brother.
I say you just go out there like Camacho from Idiocracy, American flag pants, and be as abrasive as possible. Dude, it worked for Trump. Trump was unelectable.
I can do that.
Trump was unelectable, and he just came out and was like, your wife's fat, and you're stupid, and frankly, everyone should be paying me for being here. And you're like, all right, I like this guy. Yeah, fuck all these other losers on stage. This guy rules.
What I'm wondering is, because I keep, every 4 years we see the push for some sort of third option, and because the libertarians aren't an actual serious third option. I like you guys, but come on, let's be real.
Me too, but what are you gonna do?
Because you guys can't get your shit together.
Yeah.
But there's such a fracture in the GOP, because it's very clearly old guard, new guard, as Mark was talking. It's very clearly. And the old guard, up until now, has kind of controlled the purse strings. But now Trump controls the purse strings because he put his people in charge of the RNC, right? So my wonder is, that just means that Trump's going to have to approve like the next person running. And again, he's horrible at picking people. Mm-hmm. Like, horrible at it.
He endorsed McCarthy. He endorsed Johnson. He endorsed Lindsey Graham, and all these people are been, going behind his back. And look. I mean, look. Here's the problem. And here's the problem was, again, it's really hard. It's really hard not to be like blackpilled sometime when it comes to this stuff. It's like, what are these Republicans even doing? Like, look at the bills they're voting on. Look at what we're passing. We're passing hate speech laws. What's happening here?
Oh my God!
Yeah, you want to tell? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I'm a fucking Jew. I think it's terrible. Like we need to be able. There's no such thing as hate speech. There's no such thing as anti-Semitic speech. There's fucking speech. You can't say, "Hey, the building's on fire" when it's not on fire. That's that's bad. That's incitement. Whatever. But the minute we start and that would never hold up in a fair Supreme Court. I don't see our Supreme Court ever holding up that anti-Semitic law. But the problem is these motherfuckers can't agree on anything, and they get a bipartisan bill written by a Republican. For one time, the Democrats came on board. So it's really hard. I'm like, guys, the Jews don't own the government. Then they passed that. I'm like, okay, hold on. What is it? Maybe we do own the government. It's like, what the fuck? Like, read the room.
You should
like,
never.
Conservatives don't like this shit.
Yeah, you should always be the most concerned when you hear the word bipartisan. That's always the scariest thing. Whenever they're just haggling and disagreeing over stuff, we're going to shut the government down for a month. You're like, I don't care. As soon as it's like, all right, it passed 269 to 4. You're like, shit, buddy. This is going to be bad. And it's always 60 billion for Ukraine, another 30 billion for Israel, and we're banning TikTok, and we're going to cut your kids' dicks off. And you're like, wait, whoa. Where was that in the bill?
But, dude, they bury it in. It'll be called like the Hug a Bear bill. Next thing you know, you're chopping off a kid's dick. It's just the craziest shit. When I look at what's going on, this bill is scary. The fact that they of all times to come together, it's not to protect women's sports, it's not to close the border or protect the border or secure the border, it's to prevent someone from saying kike.
It really is.
Oh, by the way, you guys have the K word passed till the end of the show.
Yeah,
nice.
Here's the good news. Our producer's also Jewish, so we've always had it. See, so that's right.
We're protected.
Of course, your producer's Jewish.
Thank you, Pessy, by the way, for that. We appreciate it.
If he wasn't Jewish, I'd be like, your show sucks.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, he says it the most.
Yeah, he does actually. He really does.
Well, Mark says it way more than I do. I can guarantee that.
It's my pass. It's my pass. It's what I can say.
Oh, fuck.
The weird part about it is how okay everybody is with it. Right? If you think about the last 4 years, the flagrant, constitutional violations by this government on both sides, we're clearly a land of pussies. And I love America, but we're clearly a land of very fucking weak people right now, because we know that the government paid social media entities taxpayer money to silence taxpayers. That should have ended with heads on pikes.
Oh yeah,
that should have been it. That should have been enough, right? And then now they're literally saying you're not allowed to say, their bill is insane. You're not even allowed to criticize Israel, basically. What the fuck are you going to do? So you really are going to you're going to try to arrest me? It makes me want to fucking.
But that's
try to get arrested.
Go ahead. You have the K word pass.
Yeah.
You know me, man. I can't do that. I can call myself a cracker or a honky and shit like that. A dago. A fucking.
There you go. Look, hey, I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban. You all have the spick pass too. We're passing them around today. Everyone's
it's
got
weird.
it.
I can't do. I can't get. I try to be because I love insulting people.
Yeah.
It's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
But I never seem to go for those.
Yeah, that's because you've never been on I-4 traffic and somebody cuts you off.
Mm-hmm. I've always been you're Cuban. You can say it. Mark's Jewish. He can say that. I'm just a fucking white dude.
So here's the question. I really mean this. Where does Ben Shapiro stand on the anti-Semitism bill? Has he spoken out about that
Where
yet?
does Israel stand on it?
Yeah, wherever Israel stands. No, but that's Ben Shapiro is going to the same way he stand on the local ones. The only reason that anybody, in my opinion, that at least anyway, the only reason that anybody even at the Daily Wire brought up when they were doing it at college campuses, trying to make these Florida did it and Texas did it, these anti-Semitism bills. The only reason that Matt Walsh even talked about it was because we just had him on last week. Anomaly bullied him into
awesome.
it. He rules. Bullied him into it, where he had to go, okay, fine, guess I'll talk about it. He probably agrees with it. Historically, he's going to say, And I mean, look, we just the first hour we talked about where he stands. I'll tell you where he stands. He stands on silencing people because he put a gag order on Candace Owens. Candace Owens isn't allowed now, while at the same time saying they were going to set up a debate. He was doing a gag order, and the reason that he used was a tweet of Candace Owens saying, "I want to debate you." Yeah. So I mean, that's where he's.
That would literally be me challenging one of you two guys to a fight, but after I've already called the police on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
This crazy guy's coming to my house. He threatened me.
Candace, you don't want to debate Candace. I mean, she's just she's a brilliant person. I think you just don't want to debate.
No. It's not even. I think it's even bigger than that. I don't think Ben Shapiro could debate anybody that isn't in college. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's happened because every time somebody who's on his equal footing just try to offer a debate, he always goes, "No, I can't do that because you're anti-Semitic. I won't do it. I refuse to." And anyway, let me tell you about Bullenbrand sheets. It's his MO because it's really, really easy to go after some, 19-year-old brain-dead, pink-haired, septum-wearing tranny, but it's very difficult to go against anybody who's even mildly informed. Mm-hmm. And he can't do it, and he's proven time and time again that he can't do it. And I think what we've shown about the Daily Wire in general is the Daily Wire is exactly like the mainstream media and the way they handle things, the way they try to censor people, the way they want to be the center of the universe. And selling fucking $30 chocolates blows my mind. But, do whatever you want,
we always bring up the fact that during COVID 2020, I got shadow banned really bad. Alan just got kicked off of platforms. So all I did was recommend vitamin D. I wasn't even in the political sphere back then, man. I was talking about fighting viruses and not getting sick. It wasn't even called COVID. All of a sudden my YouTube died, right? So during that time, the Daily Wire experienced their greatest growth ever during COVID. They literally struck. I have no doubt. I would love to be proven wrong. I know innocent until proven guilty. I would love for it to be proven because the numbers don't lie that they didn't strike a deal with the social media saying we'll be controlled opposition, we'll toe the line. I'll go ahead and say, just take the vaccine. You dopes, and here they are. And then they sued the government so they wouldn't have to mandate. I think that was all a setup too. They could be the heroes. I know it sounds far-fetched, a conspiracy theorist, but explain to me how every conservative outlet, including the fucking Hodge twins, were fucking slapped down everywhere they went. Yet Daily Wire experienced phenomenal, tremendous, insane growth during the period when everybody else was being shut down.
We got nuked during COVID, and we weren't even anti-vax.
No.
We were literally, we didn't start getting political about it till the lockdowns and the mandates happened. And then when it was hey, pilots and nurses, you're going to lose your fucking job unless you get it. Then we went, whoa, come on, man. Get it or don't get it. I'm not getting it, but if you want to get it, get it. But this is too far. And then they started hitting us with strikes. I mean, every week.
Yeah, medical misinformation strikes over things, by the way, that were all proven to be true. Ivermectin is a great example of stuff like that, and it's true. Ben Shapiro was out there. We had Elijah Schaffer on about a month ago, and he's the one that told get vaccinated, stupid, because he questioned it, and that's what he is. Here's the truth. Ben Shapiro will go on air and go, Facebook is evil, Facebook is controlled. I got it, guys. Facebook is horrible. But then if you look at the Daily Wire's public records, they give $1 million into advertising on Facebook. So, I mean, think about it. If these companies are getting pumped on the back end and he's going to just play ball with my wife's a doctor shit that he always fucking pulls. I don't care, Ben. Of course, whether it was a phone call hey, I'll play ball, or whether it was look, I'm going to just quietly play my game and just keep giving you guys more money. Here you go. No, run my ads, run my stuff. It's the same thing. It's the same end result, which is juking the numbers. And honestly, if you ask anybody, when we were talking shit about Daily Wire 5 years ago, we were saying this in the first hour, and we were getting a lot of shit from conservatives that were like, oh, you punching right. And then now a lot of them are like, oh, you're right, this guy's a fucking retard. Because it's disingenuous. It's not true. There's entire videos of Ben who says, well, I'm kind of libertarian when it comes to that, but here's why vaccines are good. Then you're not libertarian. No, he says that stuff. He thinks he's a libertarian. His beliefs, he believes in his heart that he is.
I don't think he believes half of what he says. The whole wife thing. First of all, the appeal to authority. My wife's a doctor. Well, after 2020, that doesn't mean a whole fucking lot, does it?
No.
I mean, It really doesn't mean a whole lot. Like, and by the way, just anybody looking, if you are an MD out there and you felt that we should be forced to take a jab, or that we even needed the jab to begin with, I'd love to debate you openly on evening rants any Monday through Thursday and make you look fucking stupid. So, for those that don't know that are watching, I was a healthcare executive for a long time, for like 12 years. And I'm not a doctor, but I read the data. I've helped write disaster plans, including outbreak policies, stuff like that. There was never, ever, but just by looking at the data, there was never a reason for even in a state of emergency. It was a normal flu season.
Yep.
I mean, it was a new flu, but it was just a normal flu season, and we knew that it was in line with the seasonal flu as early as late March in 2020, and they just buried it. And anybody that says that they looked at any doctor that tells you, well, I looked at the data and COVID's terrible and horrible, produce the data. I'll wait. I'll talk to anybody. I'll produce the data that I have that I got from literally the CDC, because I can show the CDC data and why we should have never shut down, done anything for COVID. They needed to get rid of Trump because the economy was screaming. It was just rocking. And they know Donald Trump's weakness is that he wants to be absolutely loved and seen as the best president ever. That is his weakness. So all of a sudden, hey, Donald Trump is endangering everybody by not closing down travel from China after they told him it was xenophobic to shut it down. I think that they pushed COVID so hard to get rid of Trump and to enable mail-in ballots. I will not ever not believe it, because none of it made any sense. I can list off, and I've done this on my channel dozens of times and gotten deleted for it bunches of times too. But I could, like, the step-by-step thing of that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are we doing this? From an outbreak containment and normal flu season.
I think his connection went out a little bit.
Yeah, Alan kind of lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So
he's got that Starlink hookup.
It happens occasionally, but luckily he's stuck in a real thinking man position.
He is. Mm-hmm. He looks very stoic.
I'm back. I do not know what just happened, but I'm back.
That was very stoic.
But real quick, the few things I was talking about. We sent college kids home to their elderly grandparents and middle-aged parents. Like, if it was an actual very serious virus, why not? And I'm just going to say this straight up. Find me any public health official that told everybody to lose weight, because we're fat as fuck as a country, and morbid obesity was the leading cause, besides old age, of bad outcomes and hospitalization. If we were actually worried about the healthcare industry, if we were actually worried about people's lives, even without a cold, we're fat as fuck as a country, and we should fix that shit. But when there's a new cold virus, out of novel upper respiratory viruses, elderly people and fat people, every fucking time.
Yeah.
That's who's going to die, And they didn't protect anybody. Instead, Krispy Kreme donuts for your jab. And by the way, we're delivering beer from DoorDash on sale because you're not allowed to leave your house. So drink some fucking beer.
And let's shut down gyms.
Oh yeah.
And and then it's like, well, you don't need a gym. They shut down skate parks. They shut down fucking empty beaches. Like, there was nowhere to go unless you went and ran circles around your fucking front yard. And in Australia, they only gave you an hour a day to be outside. Australia and the UK, they literally limited the time you could be out of your residence.
That's why I loved during COVID. That's why I loved being in Florida, because I joined a gym because they were open, and then I started losing weight and going outside, and as you say, getting sun and vitamin D and doing these like 3-mile walks with a backpack, because it was like, all right, I need to lose some weight because I'm not getting the jab, and I wasn't really afraid of COVID, but I was like, it does look like a slightly tougher flu, and I don't want to just end up, because I'm not the healthiest dude in the world. But that seemed to be the better option than, all this other stuff, like experiment on my genes.
It's true. Actually, yeah. I during the tail end of COVID, I've lost 90 pounds in a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was always like a fat power lifter, but then I was like, I'm too old for powerlifting. So I just started, going to the gym and watching a lot of and by the way, a lot of your videos, which are great. By the way, can I tell you that? You're so fucking strong, it's crazy. No, because this is the thing. There's a lot of bodybuilders. There's bodybuilders now that are very impressive but aren't strong, you're also strong. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like lifting heavy things. It's really fun, but I also know that I'm not young, so I know my limits, and I know when to step back a little bit. So yeah, I mean, look, everything that happened during COVID made no sense. Anybody, and you don't need, that was their big thing. Like, are you a doctor? I'm like, my doctor's a fucking idiot. Like, if you like doctors, the thing is, they'll even tell you they don't have the time to keep up with the data. You know, they just don't have the time. I went and I had I hurt my thumb boxing. So I went to a doc, and he was actually like, well, there's actually new data. It's kind of, but it's on CBD. And I'm like, okay, this guy's read some new shit.
Right.
And that was very impressive. But he was a younger guy. But you go to your general practitioner, do you think he knows what the fuck mRNA is?
No, of
Do you think
course
he
not.
knows about any of the data? He just knows that he gets money and he gets incentives to give people the shot.
Yeah, he doesn't know the data, but he knows everything the sales rep told him.
Also,
that
hey,
guy, all those details. He
Farce
remembers.
Mommy in the chat, can you please stop hitting on our guest? She says, I have 135 pounds for you to lift. Come on, Farce Mommy. Come on, fucking some decorum. Some decorum.
I'll take it. Hey, dude, I'll take anything I can get.
That's the problem. So will she.
Too funny. Too funny.
No, dude, yeah, but I've watched your guys'. I've watched quite a few episodes of your guys' show, and you guys are great, man. Like you guys are really piped in, and you definitely wouldn't get away with a lot of the stuff on YouTube, bro. YouTube has turned into just.
That's why we're not there.
Yeah, no, look, I don't blame you.
You can't even curse in YouTube anymore.
No,
it's
you
the
can't.
worst.
You can't. Everything is like bleeped out.
I'm just saying. I think I probably got the world record for saying "fuck" in a video.
Right.
But all my videos, it's weird. My weight loss videos monetized. I don't even have to appeal. Like, and I say fuck. I mean, I've got a shirt that says "fuck," millions spoken, zero given.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing about it is I just talk, and they don't seem to mind that. But if you mention Biden, they thrust it down. Or if I mention Biden, I don't know if other people, but if I mention Biden, they thrust it down. And then if you mention COVID at all, they just try to bury it because they don't know. The biggest worry I have about this last 4 years is so much shit has happened that we don't talk about anymore. Like, we don't talk about Maui. I mean, like, those people got fucking burnt out. I mean, we don't talk about that. That was a big land grab.
Well,
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
We don't even check on it.
Didn't Oprah and The Rock fix all of it?
Yeah, Oprah and The Rock fixed
all
it.
Last I remember.
They fixed all of it. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about how we instigated, like, Biden instigated the shit that's going on in Ukraine and Russia.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not... You can call me pro-Putin all you want. If I was Putin, I would have fucked us up. I would have fucked Ukraine up long before this shit happened.
Yeah, because they've been pushing this NATO shit. They've been pushing NATO shit for a while. They've been teasing them with it, baiting them basically. Nobody wants to say it because it doesn't matter what you fucking think about Putin. I don't really give a flying fuck. What I fucking care about is how does Ukraine in any way fucking benefit us? We're not even getting any of their good whores. So what's the point?
Good horse. The weird thing is we just gave them hundreds of billions of dollars when they're the largest exporter of wheat in the world. Like they were the third largest exporter of wheat in the world. You would have thought like maybe we would have like bought something, like they would have had to exchange something for it, like some of their resources.
Yeah, we eat plenty of bread. Could we have some of this wheat, perhaps?
I would like wheat.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Oh,
yeah. Did we get into that?
We got none of that, and that's because it's not. It wasn't meant to actually be beneficial for us. It was meant to actually indebt us and build them up, you know? And it's weird because everybody's like, oh, their border's our border and their democracy is our democracy. They're not a democracy. Like they're not a democracy at all. Like they cancel elections and shit like that.
I'm sorry, you're telling me shutting down an entire Orthodox church in your country isn't democratic? Oh, come on.
Well, it's coming to America soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And the thing is, I think it's an interesting perspective because I'd imagine a lot of your audience is like a lot of our audience, like very religious. For those that don't know, I'm an atheist, but I'm the first one to say that a lot of these motherfuckers nowadays need Jesus. Like, you know what I mean? Like because like it's super clear that a lot of people need a moral anchor, and without something to anchor them morally, they're completely immoral people. You know. And I wonder the correlation between how many Christian people are cutting their children's penises off compared to atheists or the new atheists. I don't even call them atheists anymore. They're anti-theists. I'm an atheist. I don't give a fuck what you do. Let me do what the fuck I want to do. Like that's right. Like I don't give a shit what you do. But anti-theists are people that are like they hate religion. They just like are religion for some reason, which is a religion all in itself, which is stupid. But I just think that everything that we got going on, we goaded Ukraine into we goaded Putin, and now we're acting like, oh my God, can you believe Putin did this? Oh, he blew up his pipeline. Oh wait, no, we blew up his pipeline, but he's mad about it. Well, no shit, he's mad you blew up his fucking pipeline. Like you're lucky he didn't nuke us.
Yeah,
and that's what
they're making it seem like he's trying to take over Europe, where he's clearly not trying to take over Europe. He just wants NATO off his fucking border. Mm-hmm. And if we had a foreign fucking government organization coming up on our border, we would have every right to be like, no, hey, fuck off, And here's the reason why they don't use any of the money to protect the border. Because number one, they know that those people are going to eventually vote for Biden and vote for Democrats because they're going to. There's literally no way to be able to deport all these people. It's impossible. You're lying. It cannot be done. You can't do it. And the other, because we don't have the balls to do it, by the way. We don't have the balls to do it. And we just don't. Because someone will cry and some sort of Mexican Republican will be like, can you believe it? We can't do this. It's not human. And we'll do with, everyone keeps saying how fucking great Reagan is, but he gave amnesty to a bunch of illegals and banned machine guns.
Yes.
And I'm so sick of hearing, we're so sick of hearing about how fucking great Reagan was. He wasn't that fucking great.
I want fully autos back.
Yeah.
That's literally at the top of my demand list. I want full auto back.
All gun laws are unconstitutional.
Every single one.
Absolutely.
Every single one.
They should. The government should have absolutely no fucking say in what you own and how you buy it.
Well,
they shouldn't know it at all. It's literally none of their business. Like the ATF is a wholly unconstitutional agency.
Oh yeah,
it's completely unconstitutional.
Well, and
for any Republican, Democrat, the Republicans do it all the time. The Republicans are for sensible gun control. That's unconstitutional. You're a fucking traitor, bitch. Mm-hmm. Like any of them
shall not be infringed, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But yeah, and the worst part is now it's like fuck the laws. They don't even care about laws. The ATF just basically writes a rule. Now it's like an executive order where they don't. It doesn't even have to go through any scrutiny. It doesn't have to go through Congress. The ATF is just like pistol braces, done. If we catch you with pistol braces, felony. And you're like, wait, what? How are you allowed to do that? That's insane.
Well, they're allowed to do it because we allow them to do it. If there's one thing I learned during 2020, if there was ever a moment the Second Amendment was written for, it was when the government tells you you're non-essential.
Yeah, yep.
That's literally why we have that amendment. It's to prevent a tyrannical government. Yet they're like, hey, you guys can't work, but you can. And by the way, don't leave your fucking house. And we're shutting down your business. And America's like, do I get $1,200? We're just a bunch of pussies. The good news is in states like Florida, I'm in Tennessee, we didn't have to deal with that shit. Like we didn't lock down.
Bro, we were going to the beach. We were going to restaurants. It was lit here. I was going to the gun range, going for fucking jogs. It was fun. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it's just it's absurd that, and there's still people who I've never met them in real life, but you see people on Twitter like everybody should still wear masks. They've got to be bots or grifters or something. I can't imagine anybody in the real world like, man, I can't believe what my favorite, I don't know if you guys get pissed off when people have masks on, but they're not wearing them correctly. It's like, what? Like you'll see older people do it. Like they'll be like, or they'll come to talk to you and they'll pull it down to talk. I'm like, bitch, that's why it's there for when you talk, not for when you're standing 10 feet away from me. Hold on. I'm like, cause I'll be like, I've been fucking around with them since day one. When someone talks to me in a mask, I'm like, huh?
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I can't understand you. Can you pull your mask down? I can't understand you.
My favorite thing, and I've been talking. I talked to him about this a couple weeks ago off the air when I go out to dinner and stuff. Like when I still see people wearing a mask who are very much in the minority nowadays. But my favorite, and this is a rare one. It's a very rare Pokemon to come across in the wild. But when you see like either the wife or the husband wearing a mask and then the other spouse isn't wearing a mask. And I'm like,
my God.
Oh, this marriage is fucking doomed. Like that, trust me, the one not wearing a mask does not respect the one wearing a mask anymore. Like, respect went out the window a long time ago, because that should be something you agree on.
And you're like, it defeats the whole purpose, because you're out there with your face exposed, assuming it does work. The other person's just a fucking petri dish of shit. Just coming home, fucking giving you a kiss. Their fucking dirty COVID lips on you.
No, it was hilarious because in Vegas, when we went out to Vegas, we had to do something during COVID. Vegas had ridiculous mask rules for all the casinos and stuff. And by the way, we could probably say it now. Hey, thank you to the person that sent us those blank COVID cards that we used. Because those places were asking for it. So somebody sent us COVID cards out, and we were like, "Yep, we got them," even though we never took the vax. So we went to Vegas. Vegas is hilarious because they were making you wear the mask, but you were allowed to smoke. And I was like, "This is fucking weird."
Yeah. So he doesn't smoke, so he was pissed. I smoke all the time, so I was living like a king in the casino. I'm like, I'm having another cigarette. You can't stop me. Can I have another drink, please?
Did your card look like mine?
Yes. Yes, that's on.
Let's go.
Exactly. We have the same one. We were like, yeah, they said it to us. We're like, yeah, look, because we travel, so we have to go places that had COVID stuff. And we're like, I'm not going to get fucking vaxxed. We're like, here's your cards. We had our cards. We're like, yeah, we did it. And remember they were trying to arrest people? We're like, fuck off. Suck my cock. I'll do whatever I want, And that's pretty much the mentality of the... If you live with the mentality of fuck off, don't tell me what to do, it's so powerful because
it is.
It's so simple. People were asking, like, look, you worked in the medical industry, you guys followed it. For us, it was very simple. People go, how did you know all this COVID stuff was bullshit? How did you know all that? This and that. We were like, honestly, it's very simple. It's like Jim Cramer. The government's like Jim Cramer. Do the opposite of what they say. And 90% of the time, you're going to be right. Mm-hmm. You're going to be right.
Absolutely. That was another reason the cards. Like I was at Mark's house when he first got those, and I was like, why is there four? If it's 2 and out, why is there 4 slots?
Oh, they knew it because they knew it.
Because they knew they were going to be injecting you, motherfucker. Like that's I released this one thing, this one video a while back called "Boosters for Life." Like we're from the control group, and we're interested to see how you guys are going to do with your 4th, 5th, 6th booster. And people are like, that's never happening. And like literally a year later, like I'm posting the same video. Like, I thought you said boosters weren't happening. Like it was an IQ test. And just a vast majority of America showed that they're like room temperature stupid. Like their IQs are like 70.
Yeah.
And
yeah, well, it's a coronavirus. And the one thing you have to learn, the reason they never had vaccines for colds is because it mutates. It's literally what it does. It's how the virus it's a survival mechanism of the virus. It mutates. And as it mutates, it gets weaker and weaker. That's just how, unless you have some weird, again, but here's the caveat, the devil's advocate. This shit's made in a lab. We don't know what the fuck it's going to do.
Oh, yeah, we have no clue. We have no clue. Long-term stuff, we have no clue.
We have no idea what COVID did to people. We have no idea what the shot did to people. We have no idea if these issues are coming up because the shot or COVID, or maybe a combination of both. I have my theories on the actual shock protein. My theory is you get COVID, it's there, it's acute, there's some damage, it heals. But imagine if you go in and you put that protein, you keep boom, boom,
yeah.
boom. And as your body's healing, you do it again. And that wear and tear on the heart, I look at it like this. Like if you get an acute injury of a muscle, even smooth tissue, cardiac tissue, even musculoskeletal muscle, like the scarring builds up, it heals, it builds up, it heals. And the more you injure it, the more that scar tissue builds up, builds up, builds up. So as you're getting this booster after booster after booster, and it's causing this minor cardiac damage that can be healed. If you keep repeating the trauma, your body's never going to truly heal.
Yep.
So the frequent boosters, see, I'm one of those, in my opinion, from what I see from the data, just for those who got the first 2, I think you're probably fine because I think your body over time is going to heal it. Now, for the people who keep getting booster after booster after booster, those are the people I truly worry about. I mean that I worry about it because my theory, and again, I'm a fucking idiot. Don't listen to me. My theory is just like any other traumatic injury. If you keep re-injuring that, you're going to have issues. Just like after your first concussion, it's easier to get another concussion. And then you build up. And next thing you know, you have fucking CTE. We see it with athletes all the time. I own a youth performance facility. You have a girl go, my daughter, She went till her junior year till she got a concussion. After that, I'm glad she's done playing soccer in college because she couldn't stop fucking getting concussions. She'd header the ball, which, as you guys know, is a normal thing in soccer, and she's dizzy, which means she probably got a fucking concussion.
Yeah, after you get your first one, you always see you're more prone to get concussions. Happens to quarterbacks a lot all the time too, where they're concussion prone. Guys, we actually went.
This flew by.
Yeah, this flew. I just realized what time it was. You guys, this was fucking great, man. You guys were awesome to come on. Plug your stuff, please. Plug your stuff.
Alan?
Well, we would like for you to join us at Evening Rants Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're on Spreely, Rumble, and on X. We keep it on those three because then we can say whatever the fuck we want. And we've been talking about some crazy shit. We had real stories of human trafficking on this past week. We're having real stories of human trafficking on next week from people that have been on the ground, help recover children from human trafficking. Tonight we're talking to Dr. Philip Ovedia. He's a heart surgeon, and we're going to be talking to him about pretty much everything health related and how the country really needs to take our health seriously. I'm a big believer that, frankly, the state of public health right now is enslaving us. It's one of the things that's makes it very easy. It makes America very pliable. But you can follow Mark at Mark Lobliner just about everywhere. I'm the MFing COO on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm Alan Roberts everywhere else.
And Mark, I will say that I have shopped at Tiger Fitness before. I have a couple shorts, some shorts. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. So I am actually a customer. So shout out to Tiger Fitness, by the way.
Now, just to make sure, too, because I posted in the chat, the Rumble Pet channel is Tiger Fitness, right?
Yes. So,
okay, so I want to make sure I got the right
link. I did that because my big Tiger Fitness channel is, my big YouTube fitness channel is Tiger Fitness.
Right.
So I wanted to make it easy. But what I do, and we're going over time, is I keep fitness to YouTube and Instagram, and the rest is everything.
That's actually smart because you're not going to get popped on YouTube for any of that shit, which makes sense, and Instagram too, which is Facebook.
And some of the people who've been following me since like Facebook days, like 2007.
Yeah,
they don't really want to hear me rant about politics. They just want to know how to build bigger backs.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for being on. We definitely want to have you on again. That was great.
Anytime.
All right, take it easy, guys. Have a great day, gentlemen. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. And there they go. That was fun, man. They
really
were
fun.
fucking super based. Chuck Norris Gun Club.
They kind of fuck up the whole stereotype of like dumb fucking muscle guys.
I know. They're really smart. They're talking about cardiac events. I'm like, I'm an idiot.